How is everybody doing? I hope everybody had a phenomenal weekend. My name's Alan Roberts. In case you're new here, I say shit that pisses people off about reality and being overweight and obesity and all those things. So, welcome. I hope all of you are having a phenomenal day. And again, just so everybody understands, anything I say here is meant to help you. If you get super upset by something I say, you should take the time to reflect upon yourself and see how true that shit is. I am really I was kind of hopeful that times are changing, because the second video we're about to do today is going to be on how I believe the American Gladiators reboot is showing us that fat acceptance is, pretty dead. It's dying off a pretty severe death, and I'm pretty happy about that, because fat acceptance was arguably the stupidest shit our society ever fucking did. Why would we ever accept people that are hurting themselves to the point where they then disproportionately burden all of society? That type of shit is dumb, like dumb as like looking up into the rain, seeing where the fucking rain is coming from and drowning dumb. It's like the shit that like it causes society to collapse because it's so fucking stupid, dumb. And that's where we were headed, and still on our way there, because there's plenty of people that are still kind of just saying, I'm fat, you can't do anything about it. Shit, we have a bunch of people who think that an average height woman could be 200 pounds and be considered healthy. You're crazy. You're absolutely insane. There's like things like gravity and shit, but there's also a huge factor in that your organs, like your heart, are only meant to pump blood to so much body. Your kidneys do not grow. Like if you are meant to be 150 fucking pounds and you end up 600 pounds, your kidneys are not designed to do 600 pounds worth of fucking work. Like, anybody want to argue this? Please feel fucking free. Your liver was not designed to take that kind of punishment. That's why you get non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which is just fatty fucking liver disease. I don't know why we have non-alcoholic. If you have fatty liver disease, you have fatty fucking liver disease. It's kind of weird, right? But today, for this one, I wanted to talk about Gary Brecka. Now, Gary Brecka, I like some of the stuff he says. Some of the stuff he says, I think, is completely moronic and aimed literally just to fucking sell shit. And do your fucking thing. I don't think anything he says is super harmful until today. Actually yesterday. This is Gary. And for those of you that don't know, he's Dana White's talked about him and all sorts of shit. And he does talk a decent amount, or he at least used to, about healthy, eating healthy nutrition, getting plenty of hydration, which reminds me, I need to start on my next bottle. In case you haven't wondered, or in case you didn't know, we are on our new app, the Hunger Free and Happy app, which you can get in the description box below. And this is in the final testing phase, but you can get it right here. Give me 1 second. I shall go grab the link. We had a little problem with it on Friday because I am an idiot and was giving people the wrong fucking link. But this will do it for you. Oops. Let me put it into the chat here. That should take you right to it. Now, let's get on to the Gary Brecka thing. Screen share. So Gary Brecka states, eat less, move more has failed millions of people, not because they lacked willpower, but because the advice ignores hormones, gut health, and metabolic damage entirely. Calories in versus calories out is a lie dressed up as math. Gary Brecka now enters the realm of, you're a pandering piece of fucking shit, Gary. No, it does not ignore hormones, gut health, and metabolic damage. First of all, metabolic damage, really? Metabolic damage, really? They always pull back to this, the starvation study. The starvation study. Does everybody realize that those people's metabolisms went back to fucking normal, right? Like, everybody grasped that. And I know that people point to the Biggest Loser study, but theirs didn't go back to normal until they reached the fucking height of weight that they had before. Because as you get smaller, your BMR does also get smaller because it has less fucking body. It's very fucking weird how people forget about this shit. But eat less and move more has failed millions of people. Nope. Millions of people have failed themselves because if you eat less calories than you fucking burn, you are going to lose weight. And you are definitely your body is programmed biologically and evolutionarily to go towards fat stores predominantly first and then break down the fat cells and produce energy, ketones, glucose, glycogen. Like, it's what your body is designed to fucking do. Calories in, calories out has not failed millions of people. Millions of people have failed themselves. To say it is a lie dressed up like math, what is the fucking lie about this, Gary? When I say if you burn more calories than you take in, you will lose weight, where is the fucking lie? Where? Now, I know Gary's going to be like, well, you don't understand hormones. You mean hormones that affect your basal metabolic rate, and therefore it changes the basal metabolic rate, and it's up to the person to adjust to that? And I will say this right fucking now. One of the reasons why the Hunger Free and Happy app, one of the reasons why we are so, Crystal and myself, why we are so focused on diminishing, minimizing, if not eliminating, ultra-processed foods from our clients and just about everybody's diet is because if you eat a whole food diet, predominantly, looking towards protein, healthy fats first, and filling the rest in with carbohydrates, as our app will figure out for you. When you join our app, by the way, you can have it be the ideal, which figures out what you should likely weigh for your height and your sex. And then it gives you your ideal calorie ranges and initial macros, or you could go to your actual for what it would be right now, and then decide how much weight you want to lose or how many calorie deficit you want to be in, those sorts of things. That's why we did that. But I will first of all say this. If for some reason you even join the Hunger Free and Happy app and it tells you to hit your ideal body mass, to eat X amount of protein, X amount of carbohydrates, and X amount of fat for X amount of calorie range, because we always give a range. We never give a fucking hard number. And one of the reasons why we give a range instead of a hard number is because all that shit's a fucking guess, right? All of it. So if you're saying like, well, I ate in a caloric deficit because I was told by this app that I need to eat 1,800 calories to maintain, and I ate 1,400, and then I still didn't lose weight. So I was eating in a deficit but didn't lose weight. You don't realize how fucking stupid you sound. If you did not lose weight, you were not eating in a deficit. There's a very likely chance that you are not eating 1,400 calories for multiple reasons. One, it is a fucking guess. Like your calorie counter, and trust me, we literally own one, but your calorie counter is a guesstimate. It can be wildly off, wildly. And even ours depends upon the information given by the USDA and the companies. It is a wild guess still. I do suggest people do it. And one of the reasons why I suggest people use the Hunger Free and Happy app is because you can see how much percentage is ultra processed, and you can try to eliminate ultra processed foods, because ultra processed foods are the thing to keep inflammation on you. They do crash your hormones. They do cause systemic inflammation, which then causes cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, so many things. So Gary is over here talking about how it has failed millions of people and it's a lie. I would fucking end your goddamn career in live debate. Give me a 5-minute notice to wipe the crusties out of my eyes, Gary, and I would end your fucking career. You sound stupid as fuck right now. And I don't believe you're stupid. You just sound like you're fucking pandering. And that's bullshit. Like, you're all of a sudden like being like, oh, I need to kiss people's asses. Shut the fuck up. Like, you've said some decently scientifically founded and reality founded shit in the fucking past and marketed yourself extremely fucking well. But this is absolute fucking bullshit. It is a lie dressed up as math. Where is the fucking lie? Where is the lie? I challenge anybody to tell me how you could eat in an actual caloric deficit and not lose weight. Where is the fucking energy coming from? Where is it coming from? You don't understand the human body. Where's the fucking energy coming from? I understand your body needs energy to fucking run on. I understand that we burn carbohydrates and we burn glucose and we use that as fucking fuel. I understand that shit. I understand that your body has many mechanisms to make ketones and glycogen from fat. I get that. It can even turn protein into fucking energy if the fat stores get too fucking low. So where the fuck is the lie? What is the lie by saying that if you eat less calories than you fucking burn, you will lose weight? Where is the fucking lie? And he first starts talking about how they lacked willpower. You may not have lacked willpower. You may really, really want to fucking try, but you sabotage yourself in multiple fucking ways. One more time, first of all, if you think you've eaten 1,400 calories and you have not lost weight as an adult male or adult female that is decently moderately active, you are kidding yourself. I went through this whole thing the other day, and it's about the PCOS stuff. Like, if you are an average height female or in the range of average height, and you eat 1,200 calories, you are going to lose fucking weight. And I don't give a shit what anybody fucking says, unless you are literally in a coma, laying in bed. You're not even eating. But even if you have PCOS is maybe a 10 to 15% at maximum, in extreme cases, hit to your BMR. And that can easily be rectified by increased activity of 10 to 15 fucking percent, because that's how motherfucking science and math works. Say you have Hashimoto's that you aren't taking medication for, which why the fuck not, by the way, because again, that is one of the, especially if you have Hashimoto's or you don't have a thyroid or something like that, of course you need something like that. But what the fuck? It's maybe at most a person can have a 20% hit to their basal metabolic rate. Move more. But there is not a fucking person alive or dead that is average height for their sex would eat 1,200 calories and not just fucking have weight fall the fuck off of them. And if you are that person, I often say this, if you are that person, you should go absolutely and get yourself tested. You owe it to humanity, because you hold the key to solving world hunger. There are so many people a year that die around the world from starvation who are not trying to starve themselves, and you could save all of their fucking lives if you are the person Gary Brecka is talking about, where it doesn't take into a factor all your bullshit. Like, I don't understand how we even entertain this stupid ass shit. I get it that he's popular. I get it that the fucking machine decided that they were going to catch on to his marketing play and allow him to say some pretty interesting and valid shit, and then couple it along with, if you don't drink hydrogen water, you're a fuckhead. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand the premise of hydrogen water, but drink fucking water. It's amazing how we are in a society where the vast majority of people are chronically dehydrated. I would estimate that 50% of the population that is overweight or obese, most of you, if you hydrated correctly by drinking an ounce of fluid per pound of your ideal body mass, you would, in fact, start controlling your hunger, sleep better, and find a way to actually lose weight, because you would not be eating your thirst. It's the same thing with people waking up first thing in the morning. People wake up first thing in the morning and talk about like, oh, I'm starving. No, you're fucking thirsty, bitch. You are not starving. If you are on like a 24-hour fast, you might be starving. But as a newsflash, most people can go 24 hours and not eat and be perfectly fucking fine. Perfectly fucking fine. It's not that big of a fucking deal. If this was 60 years ago, most people ate twice a day. 70, 80 years ago, once a fucking day. To in any way think that eat less, move more has failed millions of people. It cannot fail millions of people. Millions of people can fail themselves by thinking they're eating less than they are, or not moving around as much as they are. I also am amazed at how people think that they're super active when they get 10,000 steps in a day. If you spend the rest of your time sitting on your ass, that's not that much activity. You should list yourself as lightly active. Right? If you sit at a desk most of the day and you get 10,000 steps in, like because of whatever, that's still lightly active. I know people don't want to believe that, but compared to when we started looking at the science around nutrition, people are extremely sedentary compared to that. Extremely, extremely sedentary compared to that. And that is a fucking problem. Like, truly, that's a fucking problem, Hang on a second. Okay. But, I mean, that's a very fucking serious issue. Like, I don't understand how people don't take it more seriously. Like, what are you talking about? How do you think this has failed millions of people? It's like people saying that diets don't work. All diets work. They're all designed around calorie fucking deficit. You dumb fucks. You know, like they're all designed around a calorie deficit. The diet will fucking work. You will lose fucking weight if you're in a calorie deficit. The problem is you don't make the adjustments to then stay at the new caloric range that lost all the fucking weight for you. People would hit homeostasis after eating 1,600 calories for a year, and they'll stop losing weight, and they're like, and they go back to eating pizza every day, and they regain the weight, and they're all fucking shocked. How the fuck are you shocked? Like, how are you actually shocked by this? If you go back to your old habits, you are going to go back to your old self. If you remain with your new habits, you are going to remain with your new, healthier self. That's another fucking reason why we have people build healthy habits and worry less about the scale. I mean, it is literally once every 2 fucking weeks or so that we have people weigh themselves. And very honestly, most people on our app weigh in very, 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 very infrequently. Very infrequently. You know? So I just wonder why we've gotten here. Like why Gary Brecka is now talking about how it's failed millions of people. That's bullshit. I really hate being associated with the fitness industry. It's just so much bullshit. You know, like I want to help people get healthy. And that's very hard when people are told a lie that eating in a calorie deficit is a failure for them. Like it has somehow failed you. Now, don't get me wrong. There are lots of factors. Your hormones do play a factor, but it won't stop you from losing weight. You know, your age can play a little teeny, infinitesimal, teeny, tiny factor. Teeny, tiny. And it's like 50 calories a day per decade you age. Right? So, like, I literally, and you can always, by the way, still be more active. In fact, as you get older, you should be more and more active. You should stay on your feet more and more instead of sitting down less and less. That's the shit that will keep your hormones balanced. That's the shit that will keep you fucking young. That's the shit that will keep you fucking going. But instead, people, oh, well, I gained 50 pounds because I just got older. No, motherfucker, you got less active. You ate more shit. Like, that's what happened to you. Nothing else. So I will start taking Q&A. If anybody has any things, let me know. And let's see here. I think my extreme water drinking has kept me alive from being a chubby girl for years. It's a huge thing. I mean, it's a huge thing. Like, people do not understand the amount of hydration they actually need. For instance, let me go to mine here. I wanted to show people this. All right. So, by the way, this is my account for Hunger Free and Happy, and I do need to log my hydration right now. So here we go. I need to log my hydration for the challenge that we're doing. So here it is. Bang. So this is my account for Hunger Free and Happy. Let me go over here. This is actually my personal account, like the one I use to help me get healthier. And I need to log some water today. I have had 3. This is my 4th 20 ouncer, so I'm about to finish that. And I could spread it out through the course of the day, but I'm about to finish this one. So here we go. My total daily goal, by the way, is 180 calories. If I didn't have this in here, it would suggest 169 because 169 pounds is my suggested body weight at this size. But I put in 180 just because I personally like getting that many calories. So these are all my reminders, by the way. I get a little pop-up reminder about my hydration at all times. These times a day, it reminds me to drink. There we go. And if I go to the challenge, view my challenge, view the progress, I have logged hydration for the day. I'm going to log some stress relief later. I'm already, all right, 25 push-ups in, 25 bodyweight squats, and 2 minutes. And then I'll go back in and edit that. Like I can go back in and edit that stuff as I go on. But that is where I'm at for the day, and I haven't had any food yet today. So that's why I don't have any food logged in there yet. Here we go. Brecka always seemed like a grifting piece of garbage. Now, he has said some very real, very, very helpful things. He focuses a lot on staying away from ultra processed foods, and I do also agree with him about the healthcare industry to a certain degree. Because one more time, the healthcare industry is not in any way suited to help you avoid chronic illness, because chronic illness is almost always lifestyle driven. Not getting me wrong, there are some autoimmune disorders that people are born with, and there are some chronic illnesses that people have, type 1 diabetes, those sorts of things that have to be medically managed, that are not in the person's control. But for the vast degree of things, for the vast amount of people, it really is about making sure that you keep yourself healthy via your lifestyle, via your activity, your sleep, your hydration, your stress relief, those sorts of things. Stress relief is a big thing because that's one of the things he was talking about. It failed people when it came to hormones and cortisol. People point out cortisol all the fucking time. You know what stresses you and what keeps your cortisol levels high? Being fat. Being fat is definitely makes your body have more oxidative stress and higher cortisol levels, because it is a stressful fucking situation for your entire body. That's the fucking reality of it, you know? Brecka was right about the overuse of folic acid. It affects many of us. Absolutely. That's the thing. Like, people add layers of complexity, right? And I try really hard not to do that. Like, but I do talk, like, I found myself talking to a client recently, and I'm talking to them about trying to get 75% of their hydration in before midday, right? And then they're trying to figure it out in their head. I'm like, just try to get fucking 100 ounces in before the middle of the day, right? I'm actually a little behind that today, but I didn't count my coffee in there, which I do actually need to count my coffee. So I'm going to do 8 a.m. and more than I wanted to. I drank 36 ounces of coffee. There we go. So I am actually more than halfway through. I'm about 75% in, which is good. So I've got about another, 60, 70 ounces to go, somewhere around there. During the summer, I drink around 240 ounces of fluid. But he has some good stuff, but I find a lot of them just overcomplicate it, like, to a great degree. They overcomplicate very basic things of don't eat food like products, eat food. Consider anything with flour and ultra processed sugar in it as for pleasure only and just as dangerous as alcohol. I know that's people don't like to view it that way, but if you eat pizza, if two people, one of them eats a whole pizza every day and one of them drinks a 12-pack of beer every day, they're both on the road to fatty liver disease. Both of them. They're both quickly on the road to fatty liver disease, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, all sorts of other problems, aging of the skin, higher cortisol levels. They're both on the way there. If you drink a 2 liter of soda in a day, you're basically drinking the same as a 2 liter of alcohol in a day. I mean, you're getting actually the same. You're getting a very serious dopamine hit from 2 liters of soda in a day, and you may not even recognize it anymore, because if you've been drinking 2 liters of soda in a day, then your body is used to it, and you are not, in fact, going to be noticing it that much. You're not going to get the same buzz or the same high as you got before. But if somebody's drinking a 12-pack of beer a day, they're not going to get the same high and the same buzz as they were before either. Notice how that seems like very much like addiction, like, it's kind of wild to me. But listen, one more time, here's where you can get the Hunger Free and Happy app. If you want to join the challenges, if you want to use any of the pre-done workouts, which, by the way, the pre-done workouts are just fucking amazing. Crystal's a fucking goddamn genius when it comes to this shit, but check all these out. You can do all these pre-recorded workouts too. Or you can go, like, I'm doing volume training right now, I believe, but you can go to lean mass right here. Oh no, I'm doing lean mass, but here's volume training. Like, all the good programs are on here. Very excited about it. But that's $9.99 a month. Plus, you get to be in the Hunger Free and Happy chat group. And I'm probably going to make up a few other chat groups for the other challenges. You get to do the challenges live and pre-recorded workouts. You get to use all the bells and whistles when it comes to indulgence planners, stress relief tracking, those sorts of things. I'm super proud of the app. I can't wait for it to help many, many, many people. Us build a nice community inside of it to help other people along the way. Very, very, very excited. So please do check it out. And I will be back in about 5 minutes to talk about how the reboot of the American Gladiators is killing fat acceptance finally. Talk soon. Goddamn.